Hello, dolls, divas, and diamonds. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Let's have a conversation about self image and feeling like you don't matter. Low self image and feeling like you don't matter. Where does that come from? It comes from within. You can be as beautiful as a supermodel. You can be as fine as Denzel Washington. You can be a star or a star in the making and feel like you don't matter and have a low self image of yourself. A low self image and how you see yourself is going to reflect, and project out of you, and people will treat you the way that you feel about yourself unconsciously. If you don't love you, you don't respect you, you don't celebrate you, nobody else will. Your self image and how you see yourself is very, very important, because you can think the world of yourself and look like you just crawled from under a rock in your appearance. But if you have high self-esteem, a high self-image, you will almost persuade others that you are a dime, because of the way that you feel about yourself is the way that people are going to feel your energy and what you project. They're going to look at you and think twice, even though they're looking at you and you're not the most physically attractive person that they have seen. But because you're confident, you're bold, you're radiant, you have a self image that is positive and beautiful about yourself, you persuade people, force people to take another look at you and see you in a different light. But if you don't know who you are, if you are not confident in who you are, your self image is going to cause people to overlook you, to reject you, to treat you the way that you treat yourself, the way that you feel about yourself. You feel like you don't matter. You feel like why am I here? You matter. There is greatness in you. You have to work on your identity, knowing who you are, knowing your value, knowing your worth. A person in pain, who have suffered so much pain, they have to release that pain, so they will cut themselves. To relieve the pain, they'll cut their arms, they'll cut their legs. I worked at the juvenile detention center here in my hometown for like 10 years. I worked at Eba's Village, which is a halfway house for women suffering with drug abuse or had been incarcerated and, come to a halfway house in order to get situated back into society. Working there, I encountered so many different young women with low self-esteem, but they were so beautiful on the outside. Some of them came from wealthy homes, suburban family, has big businesses sent from other states and things of that nature, but they all had the same problem. When I worked at the juvenile detention center, those young kids who came in, they were hurting. They had a low self-image of themselves. They had no identity, had no idea where they were going. what was in store, what was ahead for them. Like they didn't see purpose for their lives, but they were never given the opportunity or any type of mentors or any chance to know this is what you can be. This is the greatness in you. And if they could see it, they had no idea how they could get there. So a low self-image will keep you low. Not knowing who you are will keep you low. You have to build yourself up and believe in you, even if nobody else does. And know who you are, know where you're going, shoot towards something and keep pressing towards that thing until you reach it. There was a young man at the juvenile detention center. He used to cut himself so badly. He had his mother's name all over his arm. Her name was Rosa. I remember it like I could see it just right now. And he would cut because he wanted his mother's love. He wanted his mother's acceptance. And his mother didn't want him because he looked like his dad. His dad hurt her. So she rejected her son with a new husband, with new kids. He was in and out of the system, but he was a cutter. And when I tell you he cut his body up, like in just cut with just scars and his mother's name all over his arms, all over his legs, but he had to. He felt like he had to relieve that pain. That's low self-image. He didn't know any value. He didn't know that he was valuable. He didn't see his worth. He didn't see a great future for him because he was so focused on getting his mother's acceptance, getting his mother to love him. So he cut. Young ladies will come into Eva's. One young lady, she was so beautiful, so tall, slim, like she had posture and very feminine. She could have been a supermodel. But her self-image was so jacked up that she could not see beyond or see what anybody else saw for her. Because her insides, what happened to her, hurt her. So she would take in drugs to numb the pain with her beautiful self. She didn't see any purpose. She didn't see herself going any further. She didn't believe in herself. She didn't know her identity to know what she could have been. Other people told her what she could have been. Told her how beautiful she was. They used to ask her, why are you here? Because people look at the physical, the outside, the appearance, the well-dressed, the hair done, the makeup, and things of that nature. And this is why I am so adamant in talking to you young ladies and telling you that femininity is not just about dealing with you cleaning up the outside. You dressing up the outside. You spraying yourself with some expensive perfume and looking apart when your inside is jacked up. Deal with the inner. How do we deal with the inner? You have to identify that place where you hurt, that place where you feel like you're not enough. Why do you feel like that? Why is your you have low self-esteem? Why do you feel like you don't matter? Ask yourself why. Get to the bottom of that thing and start dealing with and healing in that area where you feel low, like you're not enough, like you don't matter. Why? If anybody else on this planet can do great things, can become great, can stay sober and sane and make a difference and matter, why not you? Why can't it be you? Your self-image is hurting you, and you have to deal with the things from the inside and heal, so that when you remove the clutter of the hurt and the pain, the low self-image, the I don't matter, when you remove all of that stuff, light starts shining through you and out of you, and you become radiant and beautiful. And then when you dress up and get the hair did, get the face beat, get the eyelashes going, get your eyebrows done, put your little matted lipstick on, spray your little perfumes on you, and you step out in your feminine aura, and you're well dressed, and you have this presence that is alluring. It's genuine because you've worked on you. You know who you are. Your self-image is, I am a queen. I am a diva. I am who I am, and can't nobody shake my foundation. Not just looking like, but actually being. Work on your self-image. I had to work on mine. Who am I? How did I get here? I worked on me. I am not who they said I was. I am who I chose and choose to be. This is Mama Gail. Work on your self-image and heal. You matter. You just have to figure out what's going on. Turn that thing around. Flip the light switch on and press forward and glide into the beauty of your femininity. Have a blessed and prosperous day.